As we step into a brand new year, welcome to episode 8 of the Reverse Song Podcast. Today's journey explores some of the most provocative and emotionally charged reversals we've encountered so far. Viewer discretion is advised, not because the material is too graphic, but because the themes we'll be touching on involve sexuality, artistic expression, and the deeper symbolic layers that emerge when these songs are heard in reverse. This episode invites you to listen with curiosity rather than judgment as we explore how the angels themselves seem to respond to these themes. In this session, we'll be examining 3 powerful reversals: Halle's Angel, Mariah Carey's We Belong Together, and Miley Cyrus's Flowers. Each one reveals something unexpected, sometimes challenging, sometimes enlightening, about how sexuality shows up in art and how spiritual messages can weave through even the most modern forms of expression. By the end, you may find that the angel's perspective is far more nuanced, compassionate, and insightful than the surface-level conversation around these topics often allows. Let's begin. Before I get into the reverse lyrics, I want to give you a sense of what you're about to hear. This reversal is from Halle's song Angel, and it's one of the clearest I've ever worked with. When you listen, you'll notice that the voices identify themselves very plainly, and the message they deliver is remarkably coherent. What comes through is a collective voice speaking as angels. They talk about God's guidance, about them being present in this channel, and about a prophecy that many people will soon be seeking. They describe a mission that involves helping humanity, strengthening spiritual communication, and preparing people for heaven's support. They also speak directly about the work I've been doing with reversals, how this technology can help people access messages that are meant to guide, protect, and inspire. They emphasize that this isn't accidental or random, it's part of a larger effort to share philosophies, aligned with heaven, and to prevent the kind of destruction that comes from misunderstanding or division. You'll hear them talk about memory, harmony, and the devotion behind their work. You'll also hear them acknowledge that some people have already recognized who they are, and they frame this song as a powerful catalyst, something capable of shaping belief and revealing spiritual truths that come directly from God. So as you listen, keep in mind that this is not just a collection of scattered phrases. It's a unified message, spoken with intention. Like usual, I would like to go over the lyrics before you hear the reverse song for yourself, so here they are. Forever God will guide you. Ask anyone who hears what we have all channeled in religion. God is present in this channel. This prophecy you're going to seek very soon will have half the world counting on heaven's help. So many support its harmony in all the secrets, and we ensure we are alleging that we are angels and sweetly immortal. In our songs, God helps you to save Orion's path to help this religion access your pride and passion. Ask anyone who hears it will let us channel a passionate, treasured cause here which can avoid destruction that catapults the signal. Some of us angels help to capture your attention as your loving memory with our devoted work and prayers here. We want to give you all the powers of reversals to channel words of angels. You all need to love this religion's technology, and you know Ryan is actively reaching out for. He has a treasure with God's gift he must give to all that hear it, while he relies on all of the angels' precious support here. We'll channel the instructions that can boost the signals so they will know help will come from your heavens. You will all see philosophies that most share with heaven's mission. We have a message right from your friends. Some have worshipped who we are. This was certainly a choice. When a powerful song forges religion, you have all our memory of sweet secrets that your God is giving to use. So now let's hear it. If you found that emotional, unsettling, or even shocking, you're not alone. Messages like this touch people in very different ways, and across the world there are many religious traditions that may react strongly to both the reverse lyrics and the imagery in the video. What you're hearing challenges familiar boundaries. It hints at philosophies that stretch across cultures, and as more reversals come forward, some of those ideas will continue to unfold. We're living in a time where a lot of parents feel the ground shifting beneath them. The world is changing fast, faster than any generation before us, and it's natural to feel concern. We see what the internet is doing to our kids, how AI is reshaping the economy, and how overwhelming the future can look for young people who are still trying to figure out who they are. I'm a parent myself. My daughter is 16, and like many teens today, she's exploring her identity in ways that can be hard for us as parents to navigate. She likes to dress in ways that feel bold and expressive to her, and if you were at any New Year's gatherings this year, you probably noticed that this is becoming a trend among young adults everywhere. Linda and I don't always agree on how much freedom to give her or where to draw the line, and the truth is, the more I try to clamp down or restrict her, the more she pushes back. She's at that stage where independence feels like survival, and any boundary feels like a wall. It puts you in a difficult position when you're trying to be a responsible parent, when you want to protect your child without pushing them away. I'm learning, slowly, that I have to meet her halfway. Instead of fighting over the surface things, I'm trying to guide her toward the deeper ones: responsibility, honesty, moral values, respect. Those are the things that last. Those are the things that shape a life. And I remind myself that she's not alone in this. She's growing up in the same world as every other kid her age, facing the same pressures, the same confusion, the same search for identity. As she gets older, I pray she'll look for God's guidance in her own way, in her own time. What I've come to understand, especially through the work I do with reversals, is that guidance doesn't always come in the form we expect. Sometimes it comes quietly, sometimes it comes through reflection, sometimes it comes through the very challenges that make us uncomfortable, and sometimes, if we're willing to listen, it comes through messages that remind us we're not navigating this world alone. As we move into the meaning behind this next reversal by Mariah Carey called "We Belong Together," I want to frame it in a way that connects both to what's happening in the world today and to the challenges many of us face personally. The message in this song speaks about healing rifts, transforming old memories, and finding a path that frees tomorrow. And when you look around at humanity right now, you can see how relevant that is. We're living in a time where nations are divided, communities are polarized, and people are struggling to trust one another. The reversal talks about truth, prophecy, and the force of goodness that can reverse the damage caused by fear and illusion, and that's exactly the kind of guidance our world is starving for. In my own life, I've learned that real progress often comes from meeting people halfway. I mentioned earlier how I've had to learn to compromise with my daughter, not by giving up my values, but by shifting the way I guide her. And that same principle applies to humanity as a whole. If we want less pain, less suffering, and less division, then nations have to learn to compromise with each other. We can't keep approaching every disagreement as a battle to be won. We need to find the middle ground where understanding can grow, where respect can take root, and where cooperation becomes possible. That's how we prevent the kind of suffering that comes from stubbornness, pride, and fear. The reversal speaks about memories being transformed, about forces that help us remember what is good, and about a path that opens when people choose trust over conflict. It reminds us that truth isn't found in masks or illusions. It's found in the willingness to listen, to reflect, and to work together for something greater than ourselves. And it suggests that the work we're doing here, through these reversals, is part of a larger effort to reconnect humanity with that deeper truth. So as you listen to this message, think about the world we're shaping. Think about the compromises we need to make, the compassion we need to show, and the unity we need to rebuild. Because just like in our families, the future of humanity depends on our ability to choose understanding over division and cooperation over conflict. And if we can do that, then the path we walk today truly can free tomorrow. Before we get into this next reversal by Mariah Carey, I want to share what it reflects about where we are right now, not just in the world, but in our own lives. What you're about to hear speaks to a collective moment. People everywhere are searching for meaning, for healing, for something real beneath all the noise. We're confronting old memories, old wounds, and old illusions, and many of us are finally ready to transform them instead of carrying them. This message reminds us that truth, compassion, and community are the forces that move us forward. It's not about surrendering to anything outside ourselves. It's about listening, learning, and choosing a better path. The path we walk today really can free tomorrow. And as we face the challenges of this time, we're not doing it alone. We're supported by the people who trust us, by the connections we build, and by the clarity that comes when we strip away bias and illusion. This is a moment where humanity is waking up to the need for honesty, unity, and purpose. So as you listen to this reversal, let it speak to that part of you that's ready to grow, ready to heal, and ready to see beyond the surface. Let it remind you that even in the middle of confusion, there's a deeper truth guiding us, one that's been there all along. Here are the reverse lyrics for Mariah Carey's We Belong Together. I thank the loving that people have given the mission. They can just pass on this religion because of the miracles that won't be lost in the challenges that some have been experiencing. Many, of course, can feel the force of prophecy can change someone profoundly. The philosophies help change forever. Each one of the rifts and the forces that we know is here within the truth. The lessons that we'll be giving comes with truth that can reverse someone's evil. When the soul partakes in prophecy, there is these rifts that must feel the good of the force they're seeking. When a force is channeling out memories, they will be in vision, and the captions can begin a path to religion. The path that we walk today will free tomorrow. We'll have help from every person who is your friend. We are counting on their trust, and your songs connects the vision of some hearts we've opened. Reverse messages we have are set to be reversing into sheer facts in those past memories that were intense in this life. If we just reverse it, many feel the angels are physically a witness for you, who are lost in more evil and can remember how we had the music negate one of these paths of evil. And heaven knows you can witness the truth. Our God has an offering with all the truth for reasons you'll feel within the soul. For a quality of trust isn't with a mask. We live with God for certain, giving Reynolds our songs that's channeling these clear visions we have voiced in the melody of religious and wonderful love. We have precious solutions which is difficult on your voyage to remember and believe. And our beliefs forever will not be thrown in a group theme. One is feeling where there is bias. There must be principles within the group and knowledge of the people willing to work with us from the start. Now let's listen to this remarkable but provocative song reversal by Mariah Carey called We Belong Together. In this next reversal from Miley Cyrus Flowers, something interesting happened. A few visionaries reached out privately to the angels with concerns about some of the more provocative videos I've reversed. They were unsure whether using this material that feels physical or edgy might be wrong, or whether it could interfere with belief itself. They also wondered how people who feel comfortable with this kind of imagery could still communicate with the angels. The angels listened to their concerns and responded with this message that was surprisingly direct and reassuring. They explained that art, even when it's provocative, is not the problem, that different forms of art throughout the past have often brought different cultures together. They reminded us that simply observing something doesn't make it, or you, evil or sinful, and that humanity actually needs to study its own history, including the darker parts, in order to grow. Avoiding imagery out of fear doesn't serve spiritual development, and it certainly doesn't block anyone's spiritual communication. They also pointed out something important. People often judge selectively. Some may condemn a woman or man expressing their sexuality and even wish or enact harm on them, yet think nothing of themselves harming animals for food or watching violent movies. Others mock or shame what they don't understand. The angels make it clear that this kind of selective outrage isn't spiritually grounded and often results in division, violence, and even religious wars. Their message was that spiritual work calls for openness rather than fragility. If someone is easily offended, they may simply not be ready for deeper understanding. It also raises honest questions about what we choose to do privately, and the angels make it clear that as long as our actions don't harm anyone else, we have the right to make choices about our own bodies. Observing something physical doesn't mean embracing it, and while indulging in it excessively or exploiting it at the expense of the innocent is wrong both in human law and in the eyes of the angels, simply witnessing it is not the issue. If anything, it's fear itself that becomes the barrier. If I were to become afraid of the material I'm working with, that fear, not the imagery, would be what disrupts the connection. They also spoke about destiny, personal fears, and the mission we're all part of. They reminded us that everyone is meant to evolve, and even when some of our actions seem out of step with heaven's philosophies, growth is always possible. They see the long-term potential in what we're creating together. Even in moments of chaos or crisis, they're aware of the larger picture, our future, our progress, and how far each of us has already come. So with that context in mind, here is the reversal. Listen closely to how the angels address these concerns and how they frame the relationship between art, fear, and spiritual growth.
unless I want to. What's in it, more women once. I'll give that. What's that over there? Say, I guess that you, I guess that you, when they say even if you want that, it's bad, man, I'll bet up on the knees, no fish. Stay fast, get a hit up on the knees, stay bad, mama, even bitch, that even yes. Somebody shit, yeah, while I'm on my elevator, give my cash for my success on you, says my cause. I had this bitch to get bad on my cause. Got some wish in the go more. No fat, I'm forget behind the bus, and the girl sock, I go slash down, show, reverse out, walk, wash. I'm Zuli, I'm the article, so yeah, but saying, here's their fish, you know, say, yeah, would say, I'm a guy, no, say,
There are two versions of this next Meghan Trainor video, Made You Look. This one is less provocative than the rap version, and has some very clear reverse messages within it. Ryan believes that there are a group of people out there that are very serious about supporting this, but silent at this point. These people that are ready to support this movement of the angels, are asking questions in secrecy, and quietly waiting for the plan that God and the angels will be relaying to them. This could be a very important part of that plan, and the next step they need to move forward.
I'm
You may have noticed I slipped a little bonus surprise into the last segment, a reverse song that carries a much deeper story than I had time to unpack. I'll be diving into that one in a future episode because the prophecies just keep on flowing and I've learned never to doubt them. They always reveal their truth in time, especially when others step in and help bring the message forward. To close out this episode, I want to share a very special clip from Victor called Thoughts from a Budgie. It's been on YouTube for about 15 years now and remains one of his most loved videos. Over the years, I've released a few different versions, some shorter, some longer, and a couple with updated captions, but this one has always stood out to me. It includes a slowed down section that makes the message even clearer, so enjoy. I'm recording. What did you say about Oni, Victor? You joking? What are you joking about? Look at me, Victor. Look at me. What are you doing under there? Are you an actor on the TV? You want to be an actor? You're happy, are you? What are you happy about?
Seeing yourself on the TV, is that why you're happy, Victor?
Where's Betty? I'm recording. What did you say about Oni, Victor? You joking? What are you joking about? Look at me, Victor. Look at me. What are you doing under there? Are you an actor on the TV? You want to be an actor? You're happy, are you? What are you happy about? Where's Betty?